Okay, let's dive right into this idea that so many of us grapple with. We're all kind of wired to improve, right? To reach for something more. We set these big goals, pour our energy in, but then, well, have you ever hit a major goal only to feel, I don't know, surprisingly empty? Or just kind of what's next afterwards? It's actually pretty common, and it points to something really crucial many of us miss when we try to chart our future. So, in this deep dive, we're going to explore how to craft your personal vision, that really vivid, inspiring picture of your ideal future self. We'll look at why vision is fundamentally different from just setting goals, how it brings that deep meaning and sustained motivation, and yeah, most importantly, how you can start painting that powerful picture for yourself. Think of this as your direct route to really understanding how to chart your future with, well, purpose and passion.
Yeah, and what's truly insightful when you look at the sources is this critical distinction. It's not just about what you want to achieve, it's really profoundly about why it matters and how that larger purpose becomes the fuel, that sustains you through every single step. This deep dive is really about guiding you to uncover that foundational why.
That's such a key distinction. So let's make sure we're really clear on how vision and goals differ because, they're often used interchangeably, but they play really different, though complementary roles in our personal growth.
Precisely. So imagine your vision as like your ultimate destination. It's the profound why that underpins everything you choose to do. Research describes vision as this long-term, maybe a bit abstract, but deeply inspiring picture of where you genuinely want to go, your ideal future state, maybe, or just a clear sense of how an ideal life would be for you. And it's not about seeing every single step of the path laid out perfectly. Like Martin Luther King Jr. famously said, right, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Yeah, this big vision, if it's really enduring, it's about striving to be great in your own way, not just, beating the competition or something.
Okay, so if vision is that big destination, that why, then goals are more like the roadmap, the specific steps. They're the concrete, measurable things that get you there. Goals quantify and define exactly what you need to do. They act as clear signposts or milestones along the path. They answer those practical questions like when is this going to happen and how much do I need to achieve? And unlike vision, goals are usually finite, right? They have a clear endpoint. You reach a goal, you celebrate, maybe set a new one, but a vision that's more ongoing, like a state you're always moving towards.
Exactly. And this is where that profound difference for sustained meaning and motivation really comes in. Goals, when you pursue them just by themselves, in isolation, they often don't provide that deeper why.
Mm.
It's often observed, and the research points to this, that achieving a goal that's disconnected from a broader, deeper vision can actually leave you feeling, well, utterly insignificant or even just empty.
Oh, yeah, that feeling of emptiness. So relatable, isn't it? We see it all the time with goals that aren't really connected to something bigger. Like, take that classic example, right? Weight loss. Losing a certain number of pounds, that's a clear, measurable goal, sure. But unless it's connected to a deeper vision, maybe a vision of a really healthy, active body that lets you hike with your family, or, a positive self-image that boosts your confidence everywhere else, the weight often just creeps back on. That deeper purpose and those core values, the things your vision embodies, they're absolutely crucial. Without them, people can kind of find themselves working at cross purposes or feeling adrift, needing external direction all the time. But connect those goals to a clear purpose and your core values, and suddenly, whether it's personal or professional, you tap into true, sustained motivation. It actually makes the whole journey a lot more fun, too.
Right. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the research on, vision theory and goal-setting theory, it shows considerable overlap in how they work. But vision provides that continuous inspiration, and critically, it helps you identify and pursue the right goals for you. That's what stops that kind of disheartening, empty feeling, even when you succeed, because you inherently understand how each achievement fits into a larger, more meaningful story for your life.
Okay, so the research clearly shows this powerful synergy of vision and goals working together. But for you listening, it really boils down to this. Why should you actually dedicate time to crafting this personal vision? What's the real payoff here?
That's a vital question, because it's really so much more than just a nice to have. A compelling vision, it acts like your personal North Star. It gives you undeniable direction, it fuels your motivation, and it consistently guides you toward the life you genuinely want. Think of it like having an internal compass, helping you make better decisions every single day. You can actually pause and ask yourself, does this action help or hurt me in getting closer to my vision? That simple question brings intention and alignment to your choices.
And it goes even deeper than that, right? It impacts your long-term vitality and what researchers actually call psychological capital, or PsyCap. A life just focused on ticking off goals can sometimes lead to a sense of depression and angst, especially after you achieve them. We've seen this with some Olympians. After winning gold, they can feel kind of unmoored without that single driving goal. But the ones who avoid this often have a really compelling vision for their entire life. For them, goals are just progress markers, steps towards a much larger purpose, maybe reaching their full potential or mastering a sport just for the love of it, or using their influence in business or politics for something bigger. This kind of overarching vision is deeply connected to your psychological capital.
Yeah, think of PsyCap as like your inner reservoir of mental strength. It includes your hope, your belief in your ability to succeed, that's efficacy, your ability to bounce back, resilience, and your general optimism. When your goals are genuinely tied to a strong, clear vision, it essentially fuels this PsyCap. It activates your ability to really integrate that vision into your daily life and can even unlock your personal innovation and creativity. And here's the really powerful part. This isn't some fixed thing you either have or don't. Your PsyCap is like a muscle. The more you connect with your vision and act from that place, the stronger it gets, constantly fueling your journey forward.
And that innate power leads us right into this idea of personal alignment. Our research talks about self-concordant goals. These are the goals you chase, not because you feel you should, but because they genuinely fulfill your intrinsic values or really support your true self-concept. When your goals are self-concordant, you find yourself putting in sustained effort over time. Why? Because they resonate so deeply with who you really are. When your personal purpose and goals genuinely align with a larger vision, even if it's an organizational one, it profoundly impacts your motivation and your engagement on a really deep level.
Which raises an important question for you, the listener. How deeply do you connect your daily actions to what genuinely drives you? Research suggests that the more personal the accomplishment feels, the higher your motivation to excel. This is especially true when the underlying cause is intrinsic organs, meaning it comes from within you, not from external pressures or rewards.
All right, so are you ready to start painting your own vivid picture? This is where this deep dive gets really active for you. Our sources really emphasize that the most powerful visions come from deep self-reflection, understanding where you are now, where you've been, and what truly matters to you. So before we jump into the visualization exercise, just take a moment to ground yourself. Maybe grab your journal or your notes app, find a quiet, comfortable spot where you won't be interrupted for a few minutes.
Okay. Good. So you might want to close your eyes or just soften your gaze, whatever helps you fully immerse yourself. Now imagine yourself exactly 5 years from today. Don't worry about the how right now. Just picture what it looks like and what it feels like. Let's explore different areas of your life. We'll pause briefly after each one so you can really visualize and absorb it.
Okay, first, think about your personal well-being. How do you look? How do you feel physically and emotionally? Are you energized, peaceful, healthy, vibrant? Just take a moment to really see and feel that. Pause. Okay, next, consider your relationships. Who are the important people around you in this future? What's the quality of the relationships like? How do you interact, support, and connect with these key people? Picture those supportive, trusting relationships thriving. Pause. Now, let's move to your career and purpose. What are you actually doing professionally or creatively? What kind of work gives you that deep satisfaction and meaning? What kind of impact are you making? Big or small? Pause. Next up, visualize your lifestyle and environment. Where are you living? What does your immediate environment feel like? Peaceful, stimulating. What daily routines and experiences fill your days with joy and meaning? Pause. And finally, let's explore your inner self and mindset. Who have you become as a person 5 years from now? What core values are you actively living out each day? Think about values you'd honestly uphold even if it meant a sacrifice or if you were under immense stress. What truly guides you? Pause for about 1 minute. Okay, now slowly open your eyes. And for the next minute or two, just write down the key images, feelings, ideas that came up during that visualization. Don't censor yourself at all. Just let it flow freely. Capture the essence of that future self. Pause for about 1 to 2 minutes.
This process, taking those abstract thoughts and feelings and making them tangible by writing them down, it's absolutely crucial. It's kind of like mapping out where you want to wander on your personal journey.
Wow.
It solidifies that abstract picture into something concrete you can come back to, look at, refine over time.
Yeah, and this vision, once you've captured it, it isn't some static monument you just put on a shelf. It's meant to be a living, breathing guide. And understanding its dynamics and some key considerations is really vital for navigating your path forward effectively.
That's exactly right. While a good vision should be abstract enough to withstand changes
Yeah.
and give you stability, Our research reminds us that visions do naturally evolve over time. They're not set in stone forever, which is good. A potential challenge, though, is something called vision multiplicity, basically having competing or conflicting visions for different parts of your life. This can lead to a real lack of motivation, understandably, and it's actually an area future research is looking into how people effectively manage that kind of internal conflict.
Yeah, that makes sense. And this brings us to some common pitfalls to watch out for as you live with your vision. One big one is the acceleration trap. You get super enthusiastic about your new vision, right? And you starting up too many activities at the same time, which just quickly leads to overloading yourself. We've all been there, haven't we? That initial burst of energy, taking on way too much, and then just feeling completely burned out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Total burnout risk. That's why the sources really emphasize that it's vital to maintain the balance between innovation or transformation and relaxation or recovery. You have to avoid feeling overwhelmed or just plain fed up. It really is a marathon, not a sprint. Another potential pitfall is what's called the dilemma of incongruence. Basically, if your vision and the core values tied to it aren't, realistic and achievable within your circumstances, it can sadly become an unattainable illusion. And that quickly leads to frustration and demotivation when you inevitably face real-world constraints that stop you from living up to that idealized picture.
Right, so it needs to be inspiring, but also grounded. And it's not enough just to write down your vision or, communicate it to yourself or others. For it to really work, it needs to be deeply understood and integrated into your life. So it serves as a genuine guiding framework in your daily actions, your daily choices. The goal isn't just to communicate the vision, it's to integrate it into who you are and what you actually do.
And that integration ties directly into how we're individually wired, particularly regarding our personal purpose drivers. Research suggests people are motivated in slightly different ways. You have what are often called task-driven individuals. These folks tend to be more self-referent, meaning they're primarily motivated by the accomplishment of goals and milestones. They often focus intently on immediate tasks and frequently prefer separating work from personal life.
Okay, task-driven. And the other type?
The other type is often described as socio-emotional individuals. These people are typically more other-oriented, driven by a greater purpose that often extends beyond just themselves. They tend to make decisions with a long-term, big-picture perspective in mind and often seek work-life integration, kind of blurring the lines between their professional and personal selves. For them, goals are very clearly seen as just steps in a process toward that larger, compelling purpose. Now, both types can absolutely align with a vision, but how they experience and act on that alignment might differ. Understanding which way you lean, your primary driver, can lead to much more effective personal leadership.
Fascinating. So what does this all mean for you, our listener, as we wrap up this deep dive? Today, we've really unpacked the profound difference between just setting goals and crafting a vision. Your vision is that enduring why that gives deep meaning and sustained vitality to everything you do, helping you consistently craft the life you truly desire.
It's a really powerful distinction, isn't it? And one that can shift your entire approach. Your vision truly is your personal North Star. So the question becomes, how will knowing your ultimate destination allow you to choose your next steps more wisely and with far greater meaning?
That's the question we really want you to sit with. And here are some concrete growth action steps to help you on your vision journey starting today. 1. Write down your completed vision statement somewhere visible, your journal, your workspace, maybe even create a simple vision board. Make it real, make it tangible. 2. Read your vision statement daily, at least for the next week. This really helps internalize it, reinforce it, embed it in your subconscious. 3. Bonus action. If you feel comfortable, share your vision with someone supportive, a friend, a mentor, a family member, someone who can help keep you accountable and inspired.
Absolutely. And remember, your vision then becomes the solid foundation for creating actionable, achievable goals. So in our next deep dive, we'll get really practical and delve into setting SMART goals. That's where your vision truly takes flight with concrete, practical steps you can take right away.
Exactly. So until next time, stay visionary, stay inspired, and stay committed to that picture you're painting. We genuinely can't wait to hear about your visions. If you're up for it, share them on social media using the hashtag #MyDeepDiveVision. Let's inspire others in our community. And please, take just a moment to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast wherever you're listening. It truly helps us grow and reach more people like you. I'll see you soon.